Calgary Police Service has charged a man following an investigation into reports that 2 young women were sexually assaulted. The 2 victims were between the ages of 13 and 16 at the time of the offences, which allegedly occurred sporadically between July 2007 and August 2010. Detectives in the Sex Crimes Unit launched an investigation after one of the girls reported the assaults to the police in 2013. During that investigation, detectives learned of a second potential victim. It is alleged that the suspect developed a relationship with the girls who lived in the same community as him at the time of the offences. He then coerced them to engage in sexual acts over a prolonged period of time. On Monday, June 2, 2014, a man was arrested and charged in connection with both cases. Ross Feser, 46, from Calgary, has been charged with 1 count of sexual interference with a child under 14, 2 counts of sexual interference with a child under the age of 16, and 2 counts of sexual assault. He's been released on bail, and his next court appearance is scheduled for Thursday, June 26, 2014.
Sorry, does he go by, like on the press release it says Kelly Ross, and you said Ross John?
Did I really? I'm sorry,
Sorry, can you just say what his name is?
It is Kelly Ross Feser, and it's pronounced Feser.
So did these
Thank you.
The 2 victims know each other?
They did know each other. They were acquaintances. They weren't friends, but they knew each other from the community they lived in, yes.
So these acts didn't occur for both of them at the same time?
They may have been at the residence at the same time, but they were groomed independently.
So why were they at his residence, or was he at their residence?
It was at his residence. It always happened in his residence, and they were groomed by him. So they were there. They were invited over. They were groomed. Basically, what happened is within the grooming, he would offer free massages, at which time he would sexually assault the girls.
But like, how did he get permission to have these kids at his house? Was he babysitting them, or was like?
They were 13, 16 years old. So if you live in the community, they may have been out and about. He met them. He groomed them. He invited them over. They may have went, for example, over to watch TV. Whatever it happened to be, the grooming occurred, offering of free massages, which followed up with a sexual assault.
And did their parents know anything was going on, or did they know him?
At the time, they may have known him from the community. They did not know this was occurring at the time.
Which community?
This occurred in Mackenzie Lake.
How likely is it there are more victims?
There's always a potential for more victims. As with any sexual assault, we ask that any victims please come forward to the Calgary Police so that we can fully investigate.
Can you speak to what this gentleman did for a living?
I can't speak to what his employment was at the time or is currently.
Did he have anything to do with young kids?
At the time?
Yeah.
I'm not aware of that.
Can you talk about how the victims are doing now?
The victims are being counseled by CASA right now. I have to give CASA a lot of credit. All of our victims are being helped by CASA, receiving counseling. The victims are doing really well with CASA, and they're being very cooperative with our investigation and helpful to the police.
And do you know what, like how old was the person who came forward when she came forward the first?
When she came forward, she would have been 13 at the time. This happened in 2007, so an adult, 20 years old, 20, 22 years old.
And what did she say, what kind of gave her the courage to come forward now?
CASA. She went to Fresno counseling at CASA. CASA gave her the confidence to come forward and report it to the police.
When in 2013 did she come forward to police?
I believe it was later in the fall, 2013. I have to confirm, but I believe it was late fall.
And where was Mr. Feser arrested?
Mr. Feser was arrested here in Calgary. At his residence, yes.
Can you say, was he surprised that after all these years this was kind of coming back on him?
I wasn't there for the reaction. I'm not sure what his reaction was to being investigated and charged with these sexual assaults.
Did the police know how many assaults there were?
It happened over a period of 3 to 4 years. There were multiple assaults. And if you look at the age of consent law changed May 1st, 2008. So prior to that, it was age 14, and after that, it was age 16. So if you look at the charges, some were prior to, some were after, which is why there's different charges for each of the girls.
Does he have a family and live in home at the time?
He does have a family. I don't believe they were aware.